All right, folks, welcome back to Mage Night here. We are set to go. We have had drawn our new round of cards and drawn our new hand of cards and have the turn ready to go. Next turn in the round here. So, what we're going to do, we're going to look at our cards. We have, of course, the wound. We have to remember that one is then still in our hand. But we have swiftness. We've seen it before. We've got a stamina. We've got a blood rage. And we've got a crystallize. So what we are looking at here is we have Tovak. He is standing on this particular space, and we are still right next here, next to the cursed hag. So we are considering what we are going to do. I think we are going to we're not going to be able to move this round. Movement has to happen first. So instead of moving, we are going to use our action of Blood Rage. Okay? We're going to do a Blood Rage action, and we're going to take a wound. And when we take a wound, it's going to take us to an attack of 5. The Cursed Orc over here has a defense of 5, so that'll be enough to get through. We don't have, we do have swiftness. Swiftness would give us a ranged attack. Gives a ranged attack 3, but of course we don't have any other range to add to it, and we have to have at least a 5, so we're not going to be able to do a ranged attack. So we'll let the swiftness go first, the attack go. We can't do a range, so the orc attacks us now. And the orc, we need to block at a 3. Well, of course, we leveled up, and we have this skill here that gives us an automatic block of 3. So we will turn it over, and we have blocked the orc's attack. Now we get to make our attack. We'll do it with the Blood Rage. We'll take a wound. So I'm going to reach over here, and we'll grab a wound. We have back to 2 in our hand again now. And that attack of 5 is equal to their defense of 5. So we have taken out the orc here. Boom, and down they go. All right, now, in this particular scenario, it's a raging orc tribe. So we get a point of fame. So our reputation, rather. Our reputation is now a +1. Goes from a 0 to a +1. Then we are going to get 3 fame points. 1, 2, and 3. And that does show, unfortunately, that we got it all the way up to 7 there. We just needed 1 more XP and we could have taken it to 8. So we will get rid of that rampaging. And we do not get to level up this turn. And that is a shame. Unless I've missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything as far as that goes. So we've taken care of that. We can't move. We've had our action. So that is the end of our turn here. So at the end of our turn, remember, we are standing on a magical glade. And if you end your turn on it, you get to throw away 1 wound card. So we've gone to the 2 wounds that we had, and we're going to get to throw away 1 of these. That will leave us now at a 1 wound. We didn't use any of the mana over here, so all 3 mana stay on the source. And we're down to a hand size of 4, counting the wound. So we get to draw 1 more card. And we are going to draw mana draw. Okay, it says you can use 1 additional mana die from the source this time. Hot diggity dang. So next turn, we're going to get an extra mana. Well, let's take Blood Rage. Let's throw it on our discard, or in our discard. And that's got our turn complete, because I don't think there's anything else we can do. Now, let's go over here to the dummy player. We're going to flip over the top 3 cards. Boom. We can keep from knocking over his discard deck. 1, 2, and 3. And his third one is a white one. That's what we're looking for. And as you see, he's got 2 white crystals, so we're going to flip over 2 more cards. The clock is really speeding up. So looking at the dummy player, he's got 1 more card in his hand. So he will get 1 more. If we wait for the dummy player, wait for the timer to decide when the turn ends, he will have 1 more turn And then the next turn, the round will end and we will go to nighttime. Okay, it is now our turn again. Oh, and we're not going to be able to even go through our entire deck. Well, we might. If we can use all three of these cards, we might. All right, what do we have? We are going to play. We are going to move. Is that correct? Yes, we are going to move. And to move, I'm going to play the swiftness first and use it for the move of 2. So we are going to move up here. Remember that there is a coastline. The coastline is considered running right along this border here. So we can never go any further this way. So our next move, let's see, let's play a stamina. We'll play the stamina now, and it gives us another 2 move if we don't do anything with it. And I think I'm going to do that first. We can always put a mana on top of it and decide to move it, take it to a move of 4, as long as we don't take an action before that. So I'm going to use it for the move 2 right now and reveal another green terrain. Oh, and this one's got a wizard tower on it, got a mage tower. All right, how does this fit on here? We got to make sure the numbers all face the right direction. The numbers are all facing this way. And we go circle to circle, star to star. So the numbers face that way. We got a circle, we got a star, we got a circle. Everything looks good. No, I still don't have that non-slip, like neoprene mat to lay down. So we've got another one here. This one is mostly desert. There are some mountains, which are impassable. There is a mage tower in the middle. There is a village, and there are rampaging orcs. So let's see what we're going to do with the orcs first. To start off with, we have got, what are these? They're not diggers, they're prowlers. Hey, we've got a thing of orc prowlers. They don't have any special abilities down here on the right. So they're not like the warg riders we saw that had the swiftness. They're not like the cursed hag that had poison. So there's no special attacks. They do have an attack of 4 though. So even if they attack us, let me flip my little skill back over. We're going to have to block more than just our skill this time. They have a defense of 3, so they're a lot weaker, and they're worth a fame of 2. And they are going to go here. Okay. Then we've got the village there. We've got the mage tower. Let me see what we do to set up the mage tower. I know it means we're going to take one of these purple tokens, but I'm not sure if we flip it or not yet. So I'll set it here, and let me take a look in the rules about that right quick. Looking at the mage tower card here, remember there's a card for every piece of terrain you can get. It says, when revealed, we put a violent enemy token face down on it. During the daytime, and it's still daytime, we reveal it if we get adjacent to it. So if we can move up to this space while it's still daytime, we can flip this over and see what is inside the mage tower. Now, we've got a choice. We can ignore it or we can attack it. And try and conquer it. There are good advantages to conquering it. If you conquer it, you can buy units and spells there. As long as it's unconquered, it just sits there. The downside of conquering it is you lose a point of reputation, which would take us back to 0. So there are advantages. It's just depending on whether or not we can use the ability to get it, because it is also considered fortified. So we would have to do a siege attack on it to get through its fortifications. Okay. What are we going to look at now? All right, we've moved. I think I'm going to use a mana. Do I want to move up next to it? If I move up next to it, that means next turn, which will probably be the last turn here in the daytime, I can take on those orcs. Take out the orcs there, and that would allow me to level up before nighttime gets here. I could take on the prowlers. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. There's Crystallize and there's Mana Draw. I'm going to play Crystallize next. And I'm going to play it with... It calls for a blue. That's what the emblem is. There's no blue, but there are two wild cards, two gold cards that can be used during the daytime. Remember, we're getting up to the point where it's almost night. So I am going to play that with one of the gold, use it for a blue, and it says gain a crystal of any color to your inventory. So, what kind would I like? I think I would like, I am looking, the herbalists have a heal. So I am going to take a green crystal from the herbalist and I'm going to put it on our inventory. When you put it on the inventory, it means you put it on your card here. Put it on your character card in this little box space. And these do not go away. You keep these until you use them. So I now have a green crystal in my inventory. Okay, so we've used something. Now, can I use Mana Draw? Mana Draw is I can use one additional mana die from the source this turn. If I had a white one, I could use the mana die and set it to any color except gold and get 2 mana tokens of that color. But they would go away at the end of my... I think they go away at the end of my turn if I didn't use them. Let me check right quick. If it's the end of the round they go away, I think I'll play this before I play the Crystallize. So I'm going to take a quick look at that. And indeed, mana tokens, this mana draw means that I can draw an additional mana die. That's what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to save it for my next turn and use it for that. If I use the white die on here, I could use 2 mana tokens, but they would go away at the end of my turn. And I don't have anything to spend it on. So instead, we're going to end our turn there. No. I used the 2 points. Yes, I used the crystal in there to give him another 2 points. So, oh no. Whoa. Back up. I used the point on stamina. That's where I got the extra 2 points. So we move 2, we reveal with 2, and then we're going to move forward 2. Whoops, almost forgot to use my other movement there. Then we play Crystallize. And the Crystallize with nothing on it allows us to draw the green one. Okay, there we go. We're good. There. Okay. And next turn, we are looking at, since we're probably only going to have one more turn, we're going to look at taking on the Prowler there. All right. We have got a wound. We're back down to 1 wound, and we got 1 card. So we will draw our last 3 cards here. We've got a Rage, which gives us an attack. And an attack of 4. We got an influence with promise, and we got concentration. So it looks like these will probably be used for some combat. I have to roll this one again. Let's put it back into the source. What do we get? We've got a blue one this time. So it goes back into the source. These get cleaned up, thrown over here into our discard, which we will be shuffling at the beginning of the next round since we've used up all the cards in our deck here. Okay. We've shuffled, we've set that, we've done this. Now let's go to this guy's round. He plays 1 card. No further ones. Boom. And we don't have, it's a blue one. We don't have any more to play anyhow. All right. Now this particular turn is pretty much going to be our last one. We have no more cards. So we're not going to have another thing to play here. We want to fight this orc and get it out of our way. Because remember, we have still got a number of tiles over here we have got to get through. We only revealed 2 tiles in this round, and we've got to get through at the bare minimum another 5. We've got to get 4 more green tiles and at a bare minimum the first brown tile. So we need to get some movement going. Since that's the case, I'm going to avoid the mage tower for right now because there's nothing we can use to siege that anyway. So we are going to go after this orc here. Now, we have no ranged attack, so there's nothing we can hit it with as far as that goes. It's going to attack us with a 4. Let me take a look and see what I need. Yeah, we're doing okay here. It's going to attack us with a 4. So we need to be able to block a 4. We got a 3 here on our skill. We will flip it. That's the first 3. Now we will hit what? I'm going to use concentration on it. So we'll play concentration. I will use that as a block along with this, playing it sideways, basically tapping it. That'll give me a block of 4. So I have blocked its attack of 4 coming in. Now I need to hit it with a 3. So I will do that by playing Rage. Now that gives me an attack of 2. If I play it with a red, which we don't have over here, but we do still have the other daytime die. The wild card. Put it on there. That gives me an attack of 4. He's got a defense of 3. We have defeated the Prowler. So we immediately get a fame. Our fame goes up to the next +1 for defeating the orc here. And we get 2 reputation points. And so our reputation jumps up to a 9. And at the end of this turn, we will level up. Okay, so this goes over there now. What else? I'm going to play Mana Draw. Can I do that with Mana Draw? Let me take a look at something right quick. I'm wondering, I've done a combat action. I'm wondering, I need to take a quick look. I will be right back. All right, that solved that. The question I was trying to find out, and I was looking at, was whether on Mana Draw, it says 1 additional mana die from the source this turn, whether that would give you an extra action. It doesn't. What it does is what it could do is, let's say I'd used a mana like last time. I'd used a mana to power up a movement and gone on. Then when I attacked, I could use this one to use an additional die to power up my attack, which would be my action. Or power up a influence or promise, something like that. But it's not going to give you an additional action if you don't have the action. So that did not help us any. So yeah, I think that is the end of our turn. There is nothing we can do. No more cards that we can deal. So we are going to declare the round to be over. No, we will not declare the round to be over. Because I think I can actually play these and move next turn. Or I can use them to try to get... Yeah, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to declare the end of my turn. I will just keep on holding on to these. And that's where we'll stop. All right? Now, my turn is ended. So I go over here to the dummy. The dummy has no more cards to play, so he declares end of round. And when he declares end of round, that means I get another turn. One last turn. Let me reset everything since I didn't roll the die here. Ooh, a black die. That would be great if we were... That would be great if we were playing at nighttime, but we're not playing at nighttime. Let me get my 2... I didn't clean up all this, did I? Let me clean up these cards, put them in my discard. Our entire deck is now in our discard. Okay, we didn't draw any. Okay, so that looks good. Now, it is our turn again. This is our last turn of the round. So, to do that, we've got a quandary. Am I going to use Promise? Is there anything in that village? If I want to buy the Guardsman, I could buy the Guardsman with a 5. If I play a card here, I could get the... Oh, but I've got the Herbalist. Oop, I forgot to level up. At the end of my turn, I'm supposed to level up. There we go. Okay, so when we level up, you see this one gives us a shield. That means what we do is we take off the top card here, and instead of a 2 and a 5, now that we're level 3, we go to a 3 and a 5. We've still got a hand size of 5, but our armor is now a 3. Fantastic. Now this one goes over here. Remember, we take the top, we flip it over, and now we are able to command 2 units. Ooh, okay. So what do we do? Do we want to heal? That would be nice. Do we want to heal? Or do we want to get another unit? I think we're going to heal, because we could still move and move into a position where we could get to a village at the beginning of the our next turn. In the beginning of the next round, we could move. So that is what I'm going to do. I will heal, and I won't even, do I have? No, because I used that gold already. So I actually have to burn that green crystal. I will do it. I will burn our mana crystal here. Do I want to move though? I do. I'm going to use both of these to move. Remember, you can always use a card. I'll burn them both sideways. That gives us 2 movement points. So I get to move now. This costs 3 to move into this one. It costs 5 to move into the desert. It would cost 3 to move backwards. So the only place I can move is this way. Do I want to do that? And that's going to be 1, 2, and then that, or I can leave it here and go 1, 2, and pop this one. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So that will give me 2. I'll move here into the village, onto the village square. These are not rampaging orcs, so they're not going to attack me. If this was an orc here and I moved from one to another, it would get an attack against me. But as long as I don't bother to keep, they stay right there. It is daytime and I'm adjacent to it. I actually moved adjacent to it last time, so we flip it over. That might tell me something as well. What is that creature? Well, it has a defense of 3, which is siege. That is a illusionist. Okay. That's an illusionist. It will give me a reputation of 4 if I took them on. They have a defense of 3, and they have the dungeon, or a lair. They have a lair token, a dungeon token. So that is something to consider next turn as well. Do I want to move into them? Do I want to continue moving that way? Well, that was the only choice I had as far as movement goes. Is there anything? Nope, that was use a source. That was influence. Do I want to do that? Do I want to take... I really want to heal. I want to get my hand back. I want to get rid of this last wound card so that we are dealing with a full 5 hands and we're not crippled. So that's what I'll do. I am going to burn the green crystal. I've used it up now. I'm going to use the herbalist. And whenever you use it, basically the way you show you've used it is drop your command token down on top of it, showing been used. And I can now heal. Oh, but heal, when you heal, it goes into your deck, doesn't it? I think so. I don't think that it's not discard, it's heal, which means it goes into your deck. Let me take a look at that. Woo, no, I was looking here. Okay, the wounds. And get that. If we are healing, we are getting 2 healing points. Heal X means we get 2 healing points. For 1 healing point, you can get rid of a wound card from your hand and return it to the wound pile. So we get to heal this, and we do get to return it to the wound pile. I was thinking it would have to go into our discard, but no, we have completely gotten rid of it now. Good. Okay, so that ends our turn. The round is over now. So to reset for the round, the first thing we're going to do is we will take this and we are going to flip it to nighttime. Okay? So the Kingdom of Atlantea is now on night. We are going to roll the dice. Reroll all 3 of these. And we've got a green, we've got a blue, and we've got a white. Okay. Next, I'm going to throw these into my discard. We will be reshuffling the discard here and dealing out a brand new hand. So these are going to be reshuffled. We get rid of the Great Start and the Mana Steel because we'll be doing brand new initiative. So these go back into the box. If it was a true multiplayer game, they'd be put back out here so we could use them on the next daytime round. But in this case, they go back into the box. We are going to take away the daytime ones. We'll flip them over, put them here, and we're going to be using the nighttime ones this time to choose what our initiative will be. So those are the ones that we will draw from. We got that. We got this. This gets reset. All right. We are going to reshuffle this guy. Okay, since it's the end of the round, the first thing, part of it we do, and we've done other stuff, but we take the unit offer here. Both of the units that were on offer over here now go to the bottom of the unit deck. So they basically go into a discard right here. Then we deal out 3 brand new ones. We've got the swordsman, we've got crossbowman, and we've got another swordsman. Two swordsmen and some crossbowmen, all of which cost 6 influence. Okay. Next, we're going to take the action cards. The advanced action cards here get taken away as well. If it was a multiplayer game, you would take the lowest card, you'd slide everything down, you reveal a new card, which will be Refreshing Walk. This one would go on the bottom of the deck there now. In the solo game, this one, let me make sure I get my decks right. Yes. In the solo game, this one actually gets added to the dummy deck. So there's an extra card in the dummy deck, so that slows things down, but there's another color in the dummy deck. So we got a green one now, and he's got a green. So if this one comes up, it'll actually speed things up. So we've now shuffled the dummy deck. Now, just like we refresh the units, we refresh the action, we refresh the spells now. The bottom spell gets taken away. The others slide down. A new one is produced and put there. Now this one goes on to the bottom of the deck. But what we do in the, whether it's a multiplayer or solo, this is going to go on the bottom of the deck here. But you look at the color of the die. And in this case, it is a green. So what that means is you take a green crystal and you add it over here to his inventory. Unlike players, a regular player can only have 3 crystals on his inventory at one time. The dummy can have as many as he wants. So now, not only do we, if we get a white, we have to draw 2 extra cards, but if we get a green, we have to draw 2 extra cards. So the timer has gotten a little bit faster there. And then this goes over here on the bottom of the spell deck. Okay, I've reshuffled his cards. I'm going to reshuffle my cards now. And then at the beginning of the next episode, we will be starting the next turn, or the first turn of this particular round, round 2, the nighttime round. And when we do that, we will be choosing which tactic cards we're going to do. And then we'll deal one out for, shuffle them up and deal one out at random for the dummy player as well. So I will see y'all whenever we get that done. And I'll see you there. Once again, thanks for watching. I know I make tactical mistakes, I'm sure. If I make any rules mistakes, please let me know. Because as we said before, mistakes will be made. Thank you all very much.